are you done? Send your wax up head. No, as no tuna started taking you to a wax. The wax.
If you're counting on me.
I'm threading. I'm doing the things. Right?
Oh, I tried threading the 2 strands I already have on my eyebrows. I said, is this what you guys are doing?
How to say that eyes for precision says
Keep it up, you proud. Because that was the first and last. If you're counting on me,
you never did it again.
if you're counting on me to thread my brows, you better delete that thought. If you're counting on me to put lashes, you better delete that thought.
But I think that's why. Hi guys. So welcome to another episode of Culture. Today we have changed environments. We've changed age. Maybe someone said us to catch something new. So
also because I just got over the right long angles that were not working. I mean, it's not that they weren't working.
Okay.
It just looks like we're kissing the camera, and I don't like that. It's like it's chopping our hairs and everything, and I'm over it.
Not to say that Rajin Long is Jay Boogan. We're gonna improvise. We're still workshopping it, so don't worry. But anyway, today I'd started brokering this conversation with Lovisa about wanting to speak about the beauty standard and how, like, individually we've all come into our beauty journeys, you know. So yeah, like I kind of want to unpack the how can I say, like, right now not everybody hyperbolic, but everybody and me and mom was at a BDR. We're doing lip fillers, we're doing the things, and I just want to see the journey of how I've also been not necessarily influenced, but it desired Nami to get the things, and not necessarily based off of the fact that they never were anything sooner, but because I think media landscape and things, it feels like the beauty that I hold or that the majority of us hold kind of feels not enough.
Okay.
Need to bolster it so it be harnessed at its fullest potential.
But the harnessing needs the procedures.
Yeah,
or it needs the gym, or both.
I feel like it just needs a level of effort that we've never usually had before. A heightened level that we've never had before. Because, okay, in my journey of like beauty, or rather coming into myself, I remember I was sharing this with Uvutik. When I was like growing up and stuff, like I didn't really have style. Like I just wore clothes that made sense to me and that I liked, kind of. If you would ask my family, they would have a long list of things they would say that like my style was. It was tomboyish, it was church mama, it was just
not a church mama.
I was doing Dala. Well, not Dala, but like that teenage age, like before the H&Ms came and they had like inclusive sizing, like you were either Mary Clariance or Marie Claire, or you were Donna, or it just didn't give variety for the big girls.
I'm youthful.
You were waistcoating, and you were blazering, and you were long skirting, denim skirts, but you know what I mean? Those kind of things. So that was the style. That was the style. But then I got to varsity, and then I started meeting like friends, and it was things like, you don't shave? Oh my god.
Oh my days.
You don't braid?
The shaving thing.
You gotta braid. Oh, you don't wax? You've gotta wax. So then, you don't wear matching underwear? You've gotta
Okay, let me say something about matching underwear. Till today.
You don't.
Listen, because the plight that I'm, and sorry to cut because I feel like you're on the trajectory, because I feel like the plight that I'm under, I'm top heavy, so my bra sizes will be big, and then the underwear sizes end at XL or XXL, depending on where you're shopping. So often, more times than not, it ends at XL, and more times than not, I need double X. And when I'm really trying to have some spice, loosen it up, especially when I was pregnant, I need triple XL. You know what I'm saying? Now, you're not finding a matching set.
No, of course not.
That's triple XL and the bralettes. And then if I want the set, because I invested in I forgot the name of the company. My mom actually invested. Let me stop lying. She took me to the place. I fitted the bras, did the things. This thing is now ordering from the UK, the company, because they didn't have my stock in the thing. They asked me to pick. I literally picked 2 sets. Did it not cost like 3 to 5K?
We're gonna have to talk about why when the sizes get bigger, the prices go higher. So
if you're counting on me to have a matching set, delete that thought right now.
But that's what the girls were saying, right? Like, you gotta wax, you gotta do this, you gotta cross, you gotta. And I remember myself coming into varsity and, like, I'm not even going to talk about the actual varsity experience and journey. You're having to navigate in that also because I went to all girls school, I'm now having to navigate the idea of
the
being
boys
with
and the
boys,
men and
right? And being desirable and wanting to jola and wanting to go out. So all those things then become, oh yes, I have to wax. Maybe that's why here, John. I have to shave my nails. I'll shave my armpits. Don't worry, I got to wax. Mind you, ain't nobody seeing the cat. But you need to wax. I don't know.
That's what needs to be studied.
What?
Why we were shaving the cat. Pofu, even I say we. Once again, if you're counting on me, delete that thought right now.
Honestly, but that's the thing, because, and that's, I don't know, like sometimes, you know, when we always like, oh, you know, the male gaze, there's a gaze not just to ourselves that we foster ukuthi ingakho nje vele yabo mangalungisa you know, then we, and it's a peer pressure, it's a woman pressure, it's a pressure that we need to, you know, find ourselves desirable to men or women or whoever we want to partner up with. And that's the reason why you're not whether it's beautiful enough or whatever. So when I then you done send your wax up here. No, as no tuna started taking me to a wax. Wax.
If you're counting on me,
I'm threading. I'm doing the things. Right?
Oh, I tried threading the 2 strands I already have on my eyebrows. I said, is this what you guys are doing?
I'm proud to say that I took precision says
Keep it up, you're proud. Because that was the first and last. If you're counting on me,
you never did it again.
if you're counting on me to thread my brows, you better delete that thought. If you're counting on me to put lashes, you better delete that thought.
But I think that's why that was, I think I appreciated going through that journey of gotta do the same. The
Becoming.
The becoming like more feminine, because I wouldn't say that I was like, you know, boyish, but I just there were certain things I really just didn't care about, like shaving and things like. I don't think that made me more of a woman. I just didn't really care about it. And then when I started leaning into doing it and whatever, after I did it, I was like, sharp, I've proven my points. I still don't want to do this. It still doesn't make me more. It doesn't make me feel more feminine. It doesn't bring out anything more for me. I just feel like when I've got my brows done, I can feel back
something's happening.
But I don't think it makes me feel like feminine. It just makes it feel like it highlights my features.
I think it's the combination of it also.
It's finding yourself in the I'm just gonna call them the treatments, the beauty things that also give you that extra pep in your step and confidence. I think there's a what you call, I don't want to call it like not a radius, but there's like a spectrum of where it's like where I was, and for the largest part still am, in the sense that I don't know that I was very conscious of, I just need to be comfortable in my own skin. Why do I need to do all of these things to then feel beautiful? I wanted those things to enter my life and feel like it's just when I'm dressing up and I want to look good, but without those things, it's so good. And I remember when I first did makeup for the first time, I then for like, I don't know, maybe a month or something.
I just saw on scripts of the makeup piece you don't.
Oh, please. At that time, I mean, I had a makeup artist friend, you know, and she gave me the tips and tricks and the products to have. And then for the longest time, maybe for like about a month, or maybe even that semester, I was chasing that look the entire time. And then every time I would wash my face, I hated the way I looked. And then I hated that feeling of like, because I already was self-conscious about my skin and whatever. So I think when I got the makeup on, it felt like finally something to mask the thing that I hate. And not because the bumps and lumps were not there underneath the makeup, but it just was an extra something, an extra kick. But then realizing after the fact that like I actually can't like define my beauty in the way I see
Yes,
myself
but
by these things. So then I stopped doing it. But then even I don't shave my legs, I don't shave my underarms, I don't thread my eyebrows, I don't wear the strip lashes. I mean the individual lashes. These are all things I've tried, but I'm just like, at what cost? But it's not, it's just like now it's at what cost? Like, I don't know, why am I doing it? Because to your point, I don't feel an extra anything or an extra lesser than. It's just it feels like an extra thing that I'm adding on my to-do list of thousands of things to do. Whereas doing my nails is a priority. That's the thing that I want to get back to. Doing my makeup is something that I want to get back to. That's about it. Like hair, doing my hair also, because for a while I got over that. So those three things are the things that really, when I do it, I'm like, that's when I get the extra kick. Everything else, not so much. But then when you go on the far end of the spectrum, the surgeries, the everything.
Yes, a lot.
But like, yeah. So when you get to that part, that one is an ongoing chat from like early age. But for me, I feel I share the same sentiments where when we got to varsity, how the girl I don't. Like, and it was just like, I don't.
And that's how
But you don't do it? No, I don't. I'm not going to do it.
like it. I'm sharing vital information. Well, not really vital, but it's a family like joke. Kai, my cousin, Uncle Sana, he used to call me Harriet because my arm is so not so hairy, but like if I would wear a top or a boot tube and then he'd like so Harry was like my thing, amongst my cousins, and there was a point in time where I was like, I felt bad, but then I was like, why? I don't like I don't feel bad, and I don't do it on purpose. So it's all by mistake. And then I tried to shave, and I was like, I don't like this. It's not me as well. Like that was also the thing of like, don't sure of like I've now identified the three things that are me, and shaving is just not one of those things for me. Also, I don't even grow that much hair on my legs enough for me to define like you're gonna say shit. It's just So anyway, going through that vast journey of like self-discovery, what I like, don't like, and picking up traits of like the makeup. I see I was getting my face done. Well, I still do.
Oh, please.
I used to.
Please. We get in this interview. It used to be, what's that brand called? J-Lo even used to be an England. You said something.
Let me tell you something. So in my journey and the things that I picked up and I then put on my back of where I was now like, this is the womanhood I'm stepping into, was matching sets from Nasenza. Diabola when Nasenza closed. I was broken. And mind you, my cousin put me onto Nasenza. Inasenza abayaziyo iyabiza bangasho at full price. I mean then yase. Yeah, what you? Zasila Granja, Woolies had a sale, Nasenza had a sale. Me and Cavendish. Anyway, the sense I would buy the panties and the things, cute, back when my babes were zany. And makeup. I loved getting my face done. Also, because I just thought like, there was this girl, it's a nice at England. Then I just felt like, and I think I've had the luxury of finding makeup artists that just get my face and know how to like enhance it. Guys, whether it's the blouse, whether it's the bow, whether it's they just know. But girls, when I do this, and I very prescriptive on how I want my face. I said when I do this, you must see that, and they know how to do that. And I think I learned that through the journey of getting my face done like all the time, and I really enjoyed that. But similar to Hisa, then it was when it comes off the acne, where they're left bare and they're like, ugh, this is nasty. But again, that was the thing of I actually need to like myself enough for me to again noma zinga I still be good. I can still wear my jeans t-shirt and be fine. Then you live past varsity, you join, you're getting older. You start to really now dig deeper into like why you have the insecurities or why there's things there. So for instance, like my bottom row of teeth give me the biggest anxiety. Like I really hate it. But it's also like the financial constraints because I really can't get the braces, right? And then it's for me, are you liking yourself so that you can settle for the fact that this is something that you can't change? Or do you genuinely rely on what you have going on? It is. And Nancy me has Betty Bell.
The battle.
The,
That's me and weight.
But I've done the I got to the settle.
the two and so
But
I'm
I
just
can't.
like, do you like I said, like there was this clip that I saw that was like, oh, don't change your tune, you know. Leandro Mazzolini, he sits education. She has like a front teeth that
Overbite.
overbite, and people had to make fun of, and now she's in like White Lotus, and then there was a whole thing. There was an article that was written, and she made like a response to it, and it was like a thing where people were responding, and they were just like, oh, you know, these things make us unique, and I read that and I was like, yeah, you're right. I should love my busted tooth here at the bottom. And the next day I was like,
Yeah, so you see a fuck in the picture and it's like,
maybe
actually,
not, you know? And like I said before, obviously, oh, I hate all my smiling pictures. Nobody really loves them, but I don't see the beauty in them. And I feel like I would see the beauty in them if my teeth were fixed, right? And I do want to smile, but I hate smiling because I know what it does and how it makes me feel. So that constant back and forth is now where I find where the content of the surgeries and the permanent fixings or the surgical fixings now become the thing that I'm now consuming more and with a closer eye to be like, maybe this is the solution, right? Meaning, vele lento baby, whether I'm saying, oh, I'm liking myself because to like myself or to settle, then becomes that thing that gets exacerbated more now because I actually haven't made peace with that. That's the reason why I'm struggling with the thing because I'm not gonna have doubts with it, but I haven't been honest with it to say, okay, I rise with it and you're not, and well, mustn't give up surgery. I'm like, oh, meaning relatively, then you weren't really fine with it, you know.
But I guess, but the thing is, then my question is, because if you're saying like on the one end, there's the acceptance because you can't change because the means don't allow, and then the side of, okay, but now unhappy, let me change. I think the other, I guess part of the conversations online is also, but what's wrong with either or, and what's wrong with wanting the change, and what's wrong with going the long haul of saving the money, doing the procedure, because if ultimately it's hindering your self-confidence, why not? You know, obviously, yes, there's a very extreme end of the spectrum, and the conversations when people are shamed for you already looked perfect. Why would you do the thing? Or those that then go above and beyond, and I guess the cases that we see on shows like Botched and whatever, who will then go into the cheapskates just to try and achieve the thing. But I think that's just, like you're saying, there's a thing that we're chasing. There is a thing that we're chasing, whether it's going to be, like you're saying, all the things that we've gone through, because I think also our mothers play a role as well in terms of how we shape ourselves and how we view ourselves in the world. Because I know now my mom is fed up with me and the way I dress, and like she's over it now. Like she's just, because it's more the thing of like she's seen me at my peak of confidence, and she's seen herself when she was my age, and it's like, come on, the babes, like Suzy, like I've seen both, and I also want you to have. She's like, I want you to walk into the office and be like, yes, like, you know, you see me, see you, see me, see. And she just wants that for me, and of course I want it for myself. But the thing is, I think to the thing that you're talking to, that's the conversation that you're having with yourself and having to have that acceptance. But there's some women, people, where I'm not going to wait for the gym to do the work. I'm not going to wait for the pills to do and the eating and the things. Chop me up, slice and dice me, and not the cheapskate. I'm going to the real deal. I'm going to the turkeys. I'm going to the whatevers, and I'm going to do the real deal. And you see that transformation, like, and for some who do the full on, whether it's the BBLs and the like and the whatever, is like, and that's the first and last procedure, but they got exactly what they needed. But Kwanabanye, who are addicted, who do the whole thing. Sometimes I'm also conflicted with the surgery things, because there's moments where I'm like, I go for it, girl. Then there's other moments where I'm like, how about the guys? Like, for how long? And it's more scary now because I'm seeing more and more and more little girls doing 5, 6, 7 step
face routines
at like 10 years old. And I'm like, if this is you at this age, where will you be later on. Maybe this is instilling a different type of self-love where later on, and it's more about taking care of yourself, and that take care will translate later. But it might not for everybody, for all young girls. Now, when you fast forwarding and you're 16, 18, like even now with all the way to, I've never taught her makeup, but the things that she's watching, the stuff when she's at school is teaching her makeup. No, I'm putting some eyeshadows. She didn't hear that from me. Yeah, Kaloko is going to be the things that she's watching, because there's this one girl who, what you call it? It was for Halloween, and then she wanted to dress as
okay.
Ariel, and I forgot the evil lady. So she'll hear eyeshadow from there. I'm putting on eyeshadow. I'm putting on whatever, and it's an innocent get ready with me. But how that then translates later on. And obviously I can't, because Jackie Aina right now is having a whole shebang online in terms of the responsibility that we're placing on influencers and celebrities, on them needing to be responsible and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to go there. More speaking to the part where the role of parenting. I can't leave it to the social media streets. I know that my child is watching this thing, but how am I going to translate that later on when I'm now saying, I'm not buying you the makeup because you're 10? And she's like, if she's got friends who are wearing, what do I do? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying all of this to say that, like, there's so many influences that are coming in left, right, and center, be it those in and out of your control. But then how do you slice and dice it in the end when you're making the decision? Because if you had the means, would you have sliced and diced by now?
Absolutely. And that's the thing that, like, influential as well, is that, like, I don't necessarily think that me making a decision to resolve my feelings about the thing and stay saying, okay, I'm gonna like these teeth and I'm gonna keep them, and if I have means to change it and then I change it, like, yeah, okay, I contradict to myself, yeah, because I really wanted this thing, like, and sometimes it's like, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like it's not that deep. Uti, maybe I just wanted my lips just a little bigger, you know, just a little. I wanted them like, I need them to be the same, just, and that's literally it. And maybe you never do anything else. Do we chastise Lil Muda to be like, yes, this is what the world is doing to the babies? Like, alas, I understand that, you know, some of it does get like deep rooted and it gets quite hectic. But for instance, Lo Mama Sulufane got who did surgery to implants and things. She did the cat. Like, is that's not the same thing. Like, certain people just want that, something that you can't even imagine, like, outrageously, and it's not necessarily like, how can you be insecure enough to want to look like a cat? Do you get what I mean? But you might be insecure that you want to change something about a flappy arm, a girth, and whatever, and that's just, you know,
And that's it.
So I just feel like I want to have room, or I want to create room for myself and us to be able to talk about the fact that, like, the way in which the rise of surgery and body modification and the likes are happening is through, like, obviously harping onto our insecurities of women and thing. I mean, magazines and stuff have done it for the longest time. Buy this, 5-step skinnies, get a flat tummy by tomorrow. Like, I get it. It's obviously just now heightened, and access to information and all the social medias, they're all just drilling it into us. But I also, the same way I think that you mentioned before of, like, how we wear Spanx, this is the version of the Spanx.
Because that's literally the conversation we had.
Yeah.
Because the reality is that there's
the part where we're buying the things to achieve the look in the interim of the absence of the procedure. But should the procedure become tangible, I'm going the long way. Like, I'm going all the way. I don't even wear the Spanx even, so guys.
You know what I mean? So, like, in lieu of the Spanx, I'm going on the bed. In lieu of the braces, I'm getting the veneers. Like, now all it means is that, oh, you're skipping the steps to get to the final product of the thing, because now you don't have to wait the 3 years or the 2 year or the 18 months for the braces to work. You just gonna chop and screw, shade it out, and get them fixed. You know what I mean? But like, yeah. So,
But when is this?
all in all, I'm saying, all in all, any show will see. It's a contradiction. It's a left and right. It's a, you're wearing the shoes on opposite sides. Like, it's just, and at the same time, it's also quite serious. It's also quite like, we have to protect the girls. We have to protect Oti. You have to protect Ishams. You have to protect Ingane Zayo, that we feel like don't see this as like the only option or the alternative or the norm as well. Like, oh, if you don't like something, just chop and screw it and be done.
Because that was going to be my question to you, is that like, where to from here then? Because it's good and well for us to have the conversation. And look, again, I'm not making this now an act of now we need to rally and whatever. I'm just more saying as in, where to from here, even just in our small community of me, I'm raising 2 girls. You've got a younger sister. Like, where to from here? Because we can have the conversations.
Sorry, I'm breaking a word to say, it doesn't apply to the guys.
No, I don't think that it doesn't apply to the guys.
I don't think it doesn't apply to the guys. I just think that the guys' lens of that is, we're not
much
not
lower.
fair.
No, I know.
not even that much smaller. Like, I don't think that we're talking about it as frequently and as deeply. But the guys are gluing they're spraying
And they want to be bombed.
Putting the pencil in
don't
to
wanna be
achieve the
we're slowly but surely seeing it's happening, right? But also, I feel like some men are so deeply caught in the masculinity war and toxicity. They would rather die and rather have impandla than be the man that lay on the bed to get the piecelets stuck on the thing. Daughter. Oh, so like, I think that's a little bit of the little bit. They'd rather take land of steroids and, they'd rather go that way.
Right.
As in, like, so I think that we're not grasping it here as much. And that's why I'm saying that, and that's the reason why I was bringing it here. And for you then, with your son, where to from here? Because I think right now it's very difficult for me to try and look at the conversation as a societal thing. Because a lot of the societal stuff, I don't always feel like I know what to do, but then also there's a lot that's placed on people who either have access to certain things. Like, they're going to tell you now, Wuti, we've got a platform, etc., etc., etc. And so how are you using your platform? Blah, blah, blah. Like now, like I'm saying, Jackie Anna is having a whole spiel because Usheri, the lady, I think, came, I haven't watched the clip properly now, but Meg the Stallion was wearing something somewhere. But I feel like it was appropriate for the thing that she was at. It was an after party for something. And Sherry said it was inappropriate. And now Jackie Anna is having a whole thing, but now there's a backlash that Jackie's experiencing because people are like, you guys have a platform, whether you like it or not, you guys must use it wisely for the young girls. And like, women are nurturers and carers and whatevers. And she's just like, that's not my responsibility. Like, don't put on me the role, you as the mom. There's some things, do your job. Like me, I'm here to not lie about the products I'm selling, to not exploit my audience. That's where my thing starts and stops. The whole thing now of the womanhood and the motherhood and the nurturing, who said I didn't sign up for that? So the societal part of it for me, and that is still stuff that I feel like I'm figuring out on an ongoing basis in terms of what my point of view is. So bringing it close to home is what I can grasp. And that for me is just like, we can have the chat, but the reality when it comes down to it is that how would you explain to your son that you had the surgery? Not how would you explain, because you would explain, but I'm just saying, how do you tell him to be confident in his skin? But you have the right to change your mind. And if you want to chop it up, you can go ahead and do so. Like it feels like such a tight conversation to be had.
It feels like a strict conversation as well, because I feel like I don't know. In general, I just feel as though there are certain topics la ongagwazi vitsi corner. Okay, I've changed my mind. Like I don't believe that anymore. Right? Is that and I don't know that we have room to say that, whether on social or whatever, because people are gonna screenshot the last post you said. Where you said, and it's like, okay, cool, but I don't
learned something.
I don't, and we can say that for a multitude of things, but I feel like in this instance of this as well, I feel like if I were to place and stamp my finger of like, no surgery, love yourself. Well, also I don't feel like having surgery is a lack of loving yourself, but whatever. Don't have the surgery, yeah. Stay true to you, whatever. Next year you see me smiling and you're like, but you said, like, I don't know, dog. I changed my mind. Like, I did it. I don't have a smart response to it. It just kwenzekile because ngikwazile ukuthi ngiyishintshe. And it was clearly eating me up so much that I needed to change it, and I had an opportunity to, and I did. Like, if somebody were to come in here and say, like, hey, we're gonna give you braces for free.
Hey, why?
I'm hopping on. Just, like, I'm gonna do it because ngiyazi ukuthi vele nginento yayo. But like, if it were this to be speaking to Kumo, like, I think I'll probably have the same conversation of like, Pops, you're good.
But you're alive. Yeah.
But if you feel like it's so bad, okay, let's make it do what it does. But I'm not leading with the option to change. I'm leading with you're enough.
Love yourself. You're enough.
And then we can the conversation about the modification.
Yeah, no, for me right now, especially because I'm raising girls, like, I remember when I found out that I was pregnant, because for whatever reason, when I was pregnant with Owe, I thought at some point, randomly in the shower, I'm having a boy. I don't know what it was.
You decided?
It was this cloud that came over me that said, you're having a boy. And then I slowly convinced myself into the excitement of the idea of having the boy. I don't know why, but it was just like, oh, okay, cool. And then when I the thing at the gender reveal and it was pink, I was like...
Good, you didn't know it. Oh, hey.
I was very, like... It's going to sound weird, but I was so sad because I was just like, oh my God, I'm having a girl. And then I really got into it when I got home. And then I was really sad because then I was like, oh my days, raising a girl. Like, and then I just had flashbacks of my insecurities. And obviously I made, like, always was like very confident, very like, boo.
She's your face. Like, you're not gonna, that's a rocket, okay? Fire's cracker. Don't even think that you're gonna come and do it. Please.
So she's very like, if you believe in the astrologers and the signs, she really is. Like, whenever I read about Leos, she's a Leo. Like, she's the main act. She's the steering. She's the star. Okay.
But also emotional.
Oh.
Okay. Like, see.
That is her. Literally.
It's my favorite, please.
Like, please. So, like, and when I see that in her, I want to boost it more. But like when I found out that I was having a girl, I was just so scared because to have to navigate those things. And my mom never had those conversations. I remember when I first had my period, she had a cassette tape series and she gave me here's the box. And I think, I never listened to it, but I think it had different topics on different things about being a woman and a girl. But she relinquished her role in that moment to the CDs, right? We never had the chats. But obviously we've had many other chats ever since, right? So it's like there's some things that started and stopped that I look at my daughter and I'm like, oh my God. And I know that I'm going to be actively involved in having the conversations with her just because I'm already doing that now with her. Little things like when I'm leaving the house, like when I was coming here, I said, hey, I'm coming back, okay? I don't say where I was going because if I say where I'm going,
when she knows that she's coming to me?
Oh God, please.
I love being an aunt. It's like my fave. Anyway.
The weeping that I have to deal with when I have to go home. I don't want to go. I want Kuma. Oh, gosh. Anyway, I digress. But the point is, it's like I have the conversations because I realized the shouting at her and the whatever is how we grew up. It's not working for her and I have to talk her through it. The makeups, I'm going to talk her through it because it's like, and again, even when she's, wearing something, now I'm seeing her wanting, I want to wear this. And it's like, okay, but it's cold outside. And I have to explain why she can't wear it. And she'll still get upset. And I'm getting angry.
Oh, the favorite.
I'm getting angry. And I'll say to her, that's okay. You can get angry, but it's cold outside, and this is why we don't wear the thing. So now I'm like, I'm learning her, and I'll learn my second born as well to hear how she wants to be engaged with, because I'm in such a let go right now that I'm working on trying to bring myself back to self. And by let go, just I don't care for all of it. Like, I'm only just getting back to doing my hair, just getting back to doing my nails. We makeup beyond that's taking longer to get to the end because all my products are expired and like it's over with them. But like, how am I going to translate those discussions with my daughter? Because again, she's going to mirror, like, who she becomes is going to be mirrored by what she sees at home. And like, if I'm a lazy person and whatever, yes, fine, I'm not saying she's going to become lazy, but it's just the behavioral things that they will see. But like, we're very like big on dressing her up and everything. And sometimes when she's wearing something, she gets very excited. Oh, mommy, I look beautiful. And I'm like, yes, sis, you look beautiful like a princess. Yes, sis, you're a princess.
She wears the little shades. Oh, I get. Let's come to land.
And she loves the sunglasses because I have sunglasses. Yeah. Not that I'm really wearing them all that much. And I get. We will go to the doctor. We will go in the Zaza. The whole consultation in the Zaza.
And I love that about her.
That's my girl.
And I love that about her. So the long and short, I'm just saying is like, I'm still begging the question of like, where to from here? Because I just can only imagine for people who can only keep it here and you're just looking here, by the time you open it up to youngest cousins, tontons, and then you move to social media. Because we've had a couple of people who followed us when they were in high school. And I didn't take to heart that thing, but it's a thing. So it's like, where to from here? We can continue to have the conversations, but I think it freaks me out sometimes because it does feel like a big responsibility before I even open myself up to the world. Just looking at who I'm dealing with at home. Cousins and things like that, and even just the fear of how other people are going to treat her when she comes out as confident as she is, and other people like, why are you wearing sunglasses when it's and for her to be like, because it's me, like, and her to keep that, like, that fire, like, I want her to keep that, and I don't want people to douse that, like, how, and that's what I mean by like, where to from here, like, how do you hold it, but then to your point, it can change. And what if later on in life she becomes more shy and more tonton? How do I nurture her to bring her back out again? Like, so I think that's just the thing where I'm like, this conversation, as rich as it is, it's also like, okay, but like till what end? Because also, are we problematizing the magazine still? Are we putting things out there to be like, what new conversations can we have about beauty for it to just feel more well-rounded and well-represented for where all of us sit on the spectrum, including those that want to go all the way out and do the surgery, and then those that actually don't give a damn, like I used to be, and I'm not going to do anything about it, and that also for that to be okay. Because I think we spoke about the last time, we're not seeing a lot of those campaigns anymore or messaging that are saying, you with the big nose, you with the freckles, you with the crooked teeth, you with the... Like Axe, I remember Axe, one of Axe's iconic ads, in fact, was one of those. Like, because they were in a very...
Olivia and Dove as well. Like, those used to be like pioneer brands for me that used to speak about inclusivity and diversity and stuff.
And that being perfect.
And that being like cool, edgy. Like, why do you want to still be, uniform? Differences, and that was like, as much as you weren't getting it all the time, in those small pockets that you were getting that stuff, we'd be like, yes, okay, cool, you've boosted me for these next 6 months, and I'm gonna be fine, and then I'll catch you again on your next woman's campaign or whatever it is. But you were just still grateful that there was some kind of content around beauty in that way. Then, you know what I mean? Now, I think all for a long shut up and whisper when they were talking to themselves, like that stuff. And not to say that you can't do it again. Maybe it's like, oh, we gotta always keep it fresh and whatever. But it's feeling like it's starting to dwindle and quieten down and more be like, no. Fix it. You can fix it. You don't have to look like that. You can, you know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I'm getting from like social media. That's
also our algorithms are fucking it up because Ngani, the more you feed it, it's feeding you. And I think that's the problem right now is that
the way back in the day there was no algorithm.
Not that there wasn't, but like we were all kind of watching the same thing. Yeah. Now the fact that your platforms are tailored, you're gonna get fed more. Fix it.
And I am getting. They're telling me Come, you can fix it. They'll put you on a payment plan.
Your body type.
I will put you on a payment plan. Don't worry. I know, yeah, Biza, but you can achieve it.
You see, now that we're talking like this, wait till you open your phone when you're lying in your bed just now. And the ads that are going to be telling you to fix it.
And that's what it is. It's like, they're not telling me a conversation I haven't already had myself. And I think that's sometimes when I find like having to make it seem like, oh, the social media has made me. No. I didn't have made the language for, but I wanted the body modification. I wanted I wanted the liposuction. I wanted I want the boobs to be pegged. I want the things. I've always wanted the things. Now that it's been demystified and I can see what it looks like and the pain and the getting well and the post art and it looks crazy, but I've always wanted it and I don't feel like that is influencing me. It's just driving the desire higher.
And it's just bringing it closer. Because like you're saying, now they're saying payment plan and now they're saying this is that, and now you can go over there for less. So now that don't please. Or now there's the injections and then don't
Do you get? You telling me I don't have to be on the bed, I can just inject and the fat will die? I'm interested. Tell me more.
Yo, guys, it's getting scary.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not that deep. Like it's just like it's such a conundrum. But we could go on and on and on.
Really good.
And I think there's a lot of things that we discussed in our previous conversation that we didn't cover here.
Yeah.
But I guess where to from here, guys? Like, you tell us, because I also do think that there's a level of keeping it PC that we left in this conversation, and that there's a more layered discussion that can be had about beauty standards and the influences and the things that we maybe haven't addressed right now. So what are your thoughts? So what do you think? What has been your journey? Where were you influenced or de-influenced, in fact? Because I think there's also de-influencing thing that's going on right now. The propaganda that we're not going to listen to.
The propaganda I'm not going to be listening to is running.
Let me say something. Hiking is not, you can't convince me. I'm seeing the weight slipping off people's bodies from running. It's just not going to happen.
Propaganda I'm not falling for. 75 hard.
The propaganda I'm not falling for is all of the things.
75 hard for me feels unrealistic. Like I've tried the soft. I think the soft is really, really where I need to focus on. Hard. 2 workouts. I don't have that kind of time.
Not that I don't have the kind of time. You do have the time, but I'll
2 hours. Ngani, you have to work out 2 hours in a day. Not at the same time. Top and bottom. Extend the dumbbell. Twice a day. For 75 days.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, watch, subscribe, do all the things and comment. But also you can find us on the social media streets that are very selective now. Okay? I just have to emphasize this enough. Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, where you can find the audio version of this episode, and that's it. If you're looking for us on all the other ones, we're not there anymore.